All right, we're back. We're doing like a mini segment kind of thing. We're calling it Breaking Tune or Breaking Tuned. I don't know. We in our last episode that we had where we went over like Hall of Fame, we had a bunch of like news related things we wanted to talk about, but we kind of ran over a little bit. So now we're just putting this as like a separate thing.
Yeah.
So we can still talk about it because we still do want to stay, we do keep up with the news a lot. We do text each other a lot on that kind of stuff. So we just want to put our opinions
sometimes
on it now.
Topics just run too long and we can't include like legitimate information that's come out.
Yeah.
So this is just some buffer stuff
and
in
I
between
like it too because
releases.
then we can go back and see what we said when we initially saw it, and then like when we saw the film, we can go like, well, like we were right, or wow, we were way off.
Yeah.
So, Brayden, you got a bunch. You said you had like what, 23 screenshots of stuff?
23 screenshots of things that I've condensed down to one front side of notebook paper. We do have a little bit of housekeeping over the past 2 weeks or so that we need to redact statements for or correct ourselves. I reviewed Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man because the internet told me there were only 8 episodes. Little did I know there was a 2-episode release finale yet to come.
Yeah.
So Google AI lied to me. That being said, the show still sucks.
Okay.
The way it ended on the episode 8, I was like, okay, like it's a cliffhanger. Like we hadn't seen him in the red and blue suit yet, just because of how the show is. He's wearing something else made by Oscorp.
Right.
So I thought that was like actually the ending because there were
Isn't
like
it like
5.
a white and black suit?
Yeah, but there were like 5 cliffhangers, so I thought that was the ending, and then it ended, and it's still not good. So
I saw the Doctor Strange thing. I still don't understand.
So the way Peter becomes in the very first episodes, Doctor Strange shows up in a portal. He's fighting Venom from another universe, and then a spider falls out of that portal and bites him, and that's how he becomes Spider-Man. In the last episode, Norman Osborn tries to open a portal to the multiverse. Venom comes out of it. Doctor Strange shows up to help fight it. Goes through a time portal created by the Time Stone. And at that point, Norman Osborn is working with Spider-Man. He's like creating the suits and trying to help him. So he's trying to create the genetic spiders to like mass produce. One of them breaks out, falls through that portal that Strange has gone back in time to. And so it's kind of like a Flash situation. Like he's created paradoxically as Spider-Man, which I like and dislike. Because when you watch it in the first episode, you're like, this is stupid. Like, it's just Miles Morales where he's getting it from another universe.
But that was kind of the whole point of Endgame, was to not do that.
Yeah, it's kind of...
So...
that's why it's on its own. But, like, it's cool because it's, like, really interesting in the way they do it. But, like, because in the first episode, you're like, this is a stupid way to do it. Why just not, like, every other one? But then, like, it makes sense.
Doctor Strange from any
this
universe
is MCU adjacent. This has nothing to do with the MCU or any other projects released.
Oh, it's just
this is
like
completely independent.
All right, then.
The other thing is, I told Mikey this, I think, yesterday, and he was just as surprised as I am. Gen V Season 2 wrapped filming in November.
It's what?
Gen V Season 2 wrapped filming in November of 24.
Yeah, no one didn't do that.
Apparently, they wrote the whole thing and shot it and wrapped it, and it's in post-production. Apparently, we're getting it by the end of the year, like in the fall of 25.
What? It's not coming out in the summer? That's
No.
insane.
We're getting it late
Hold
this year,
up.
so like I think it's going to be like September, October. Because I think that's when the last one
not that
dropped,
long.
was around that time,
between
school-ish.
Gen V Season 2 and The Boys Season 5.
Yeah, also they want a shorter drop
I mean,
because...
that makes me feel a little bit better because
it's going to be like the last one. It's going to immediately lead into Season 5 because for those of you who've seen The Boys, the 2 characters, the guy who hallucinates puppets and the mind control girl, are part of the 7 now. So it makes sense. I didn't realize they had wrapped filming. None of us
Neither
did.
did I.
They just never announced anything.
Okay, so this guy, he hallucinates puppets, and he's a superhero. I hallucinate puppets, and I'm schizophrenic, and I need to go to a mental hospital. A double standard.
He was in a mental hospital. They just broke him out.
Wait, guys, am I a superhero?
You know what, Joey?
I'm a super.
No, you're not a superhero. You're a superhero to me. Does that count?
I'm liking the vibe.
I'm really liking the vibe.
Yeah, I needed to put my hood up.
Yeah. This is a more laid-back segment. Some other things that have come out in the past week and a half, 2 weeks or so. Kathleen Kennedy didn't lie to us. She just didn't tell us the whole truth because she knew how the internet would react. She's going back to being a producer. These producers don't actually affect like the story of movies. They deal with logistics. They deal with money. They deal with equipment, contracts, licenses, all that stuff. So like she's not actually gonna do anything that she's been doing as president. So she's a good producer. We talked about that already. So I'm fine with it. I think the big thing is we didn't mention this last time. Sean Levy, the director of Deadpool and Wolverine, the Night Museum trilogy, Real Steel, a bunch of other stuff. Like he's got a good track record, other than I would say Free Guy maybe. He's getting a movie that's apparently eyeing Ryan Gosling as its main lead.
You didn't know
I
that?
forgot this was happening.
Yeah. Did you see that it's supposed to be 5-6 years after the events of Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, I did see that.
That's where I have a problem.
Well, I have a problem with it also because Simon Kinberg, he has written and produced a bunch of really good X-Men stuff, and then like some of the more less received critically stuff. But he's more known for the director of the 355 and Dark Phoenix. He's getting a sequel trilogy. He's writing and directing all 3 movies apparently. When the heck was that announced?
I'm sorry, we're going to give the guy who made the 355 and what was the other movie you said?
He directed those 2, but he's written and produced like Logan and the other like good X-Men movies, like from the original trilogy and like the newer generation ones.
Yes.
So like
I remember that
he is like he has been accomplished as a producer writer. It's just his two director movies
as a writer,
aren't good.
I don't like it. I don't trust it because he has some good things, but he wasn't the main writer on like Logan.
No, he wasn't the main writer on like most
He was like a sub writer, but then when he was like a main writer, he was like main writer for like.
I think he was a main writer
like
on
X-Men
like
Apocalypse.
Days of Future Past, and like Days of Future Past, in my opinion, is the best of them.
No, Days of Future Past. I think that was one of the ones that I was like, all right, like he did a good job on that one. But then he made X-Men
like
Apocalypse.
I said, his writer
and he
producer,
was the sole writer for that.
His
so,
writer
like,
producer track list is like mostly
50-50.
upwards, and then like I would say, but then like his 2 director movies suck. So,
it's 50-50 for me. I don't know how I don't
know how I feel about letting him write and direct a trilogy.
I don't like it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's happening. That's all Star Wars stuff that's come out recently. Marvel stuff. There was the big concept art leak. Everybody's freaking out. Guys, none of this is probably real. They do this all the time with movies. You just want to see what happens if we put 2 characters on the same screen together. What happens if a character is wearing something that looks like this? How are people going to react to it? So like, I think the big thing was, how are they going to react if they see Star-Lord in the same room as the Young Avengers? If we put Doom in the all-white robes, how are they going to feel about this? And then if we go with like that medieval vibe we saw in a bunch of stuff, how are they going to feel about this? None of that is definite. Like, I would be surprised if any of that was actually part of the story.
My only thing with it is that when there was Infinity War and Endgame, the Russo brothers kept a very extremely tight ship.
I think that's, in my opinion, though, that's a completely different boat we're talking about.
It is, but
my thing
this is where I then go, if they kept as well as a tight ship as they did for that, I don't think that these were actually leaked.
We had some concept art leaks for Infinity War and Endgame, but it was all fake stuff, and it was stuff that got leaked to see how would people react to this.
I definitely think it is that. My biggest thing with it is
I would be surprised if we saw most of that genuinely incorporated.
I don't even most of them that we saw, I don't even mind them. Like,
no, I think most of it's cool.
I think most of them look. I think the only one that I was like, I don't know how I would like that is the Hulk one, where like She-Hulk is now in like medieval armor and stuff. That was my only thing that I was like, you're gonna have to explain that really well. But other than that, I don't really care.
They were on Planet Hulk for that one. That's how that was explained, because the third Hulk was Scar.
Yeah, but
he had like a bunch of arrows in him and stuff, so it was like, no, he didn't bring him.
Bruce Banner's Hulk
he brought him back to Earth.
Yeah.
But then, like, now they're back there. But, like, I guess that has something to do with, like, I don't know. Anyway, the Russos said today, quote, expect a bunch of surprises for the story. And then Marvel also said they're considering pushing it back a year. I'm not worried if they're considering pushing back. This is a big project to write.
If they push it back a year, I honestly would be okay with it. Because
I'm okay with it, because it's a lot you got to write. Like, this is a bigger task than Infinity War in my mind.
Also, the thing is, 2024 only had one movie, and it wasn't even, like, helpful to the MCU.
Yeah.
No, it was Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, yes, I'm thinking 23.
It was helpful to close out Fox, but it wasn't helpful to progress MCU.
Because they had their shows, and then like Falcon was supposed to come out, but like it got pushed back. So like I'm fine if they push it back a year. It's not a big deal.
I'd be okay if they pushed it back a year, but at least as long as in 26 they bring us something.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Yeah, 26 will definitely have something. Punisher is getting a special presentation, much like the Guardians Holiday. John Bernthal to co-write. I'm okay with this. Daredevil has already been renewed for a second season.
Here's my thing: when you say special presentation, and then you say Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't see as a like the holiday special. It's just there for fun. This, I hope,
it's
is
a standalone,
a genuine story.
Yeah, it's going to be a 50-minute little synopsis thing, story side tangent he goes on. I think it's cool. I think they should do more stuff like this where they just give special presentations so you can make characters meet other characters, explain some story things. It's the thing that we told James Gunn he should do instead of make freaking video games.
Personally, I think that's how they should have handled the Eternals thing instead of putting it in Brave New World.
I agree and disagree. I think it would have been really weird if they.
I think in Brave New World it definitely helped. Like it definitely was a good part of the story, and I
think if that was only like an hour-long story, we would all be so confused just because of the plot twist.
Yeah. Honestly, though, if you just give me that stuff that they had in Brave New World, and it was all about the Antimanium, that's it, I think that's fine.
X-Men 97 season 2 confirmed not to come out till 2026. I'm so sad. Michael, not on the podcast.
I am so sorry that I forgot that I have all these cords blocking me from seeing this guy. I'm gonna build speed bump on our roads. This guy can't do it anymore.
Trying to think. Today is March 4th. Last Friday, the February 28th, Thursday 27th opening night was supposed to be the Blade release. We were supposed to get this movie a week ago.
This film doesn't even have. Does it even still have a director?
Doesn't have a script.
It doesn't even. It doesn't even have a main actor anymore.
It doesn't have
Mahershala Ali. Basically said he's not even doing it.
He said he's out indefinitely.
I completely forgot about that.
Which is hilarious.
Thank you for reminding me of that. That is hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's so funny. And then that's all the Marvel news to come out recently. It was just that little bit of Doomsday stuff, mostly.
We're supposed to have Blade by now. We don't have jack shit on Blade. We're supposed to get it.
DC news. Starfire show, James Gunn says, is Elseworlds. That one he just announced.
That was one thing that I didn't think of when we were talking about that stuff.
Do this more with the other things you announce and not string people along, because the Jessica Cruz Green Lantern show and the superhero like high school like Martian Manhunter's a teacher, professor, something. Just confirm those are Elseworlds already and let everybody be happy, because like you knew this already. You knew this wasn't going to be.
I'm kind of thinking that the Sergeant Rock thing. I'm leaning more towards.
No, it's not.
I think that's going to be an Elseworlds.
No, that was part of his. No, that was part of his first 10. That was in the YouTube video.
I think he's going to change.
I think it's good.
They've already found actors and directors. They're not backing out on this one.
Commandos.
It's going to explain some Creatures Commandos stuff with Sergeant Rock and G.I. Robot. This one's locked into DCU. They're too far in.
My biggest thing right now is that I'm with you that he needs to start announcing things.
He just needs to say, because he obviously knew, and he was just waiting for someone to ask. I don't know why.
Did you see what Robert Pattinson said today about the Batman?
Yeah, so coincidentally, as I said, March 4th today, 3 years ago today, you and me were sitting in a movie theater on opening night watching The Batman 1. That came out 3 years ago today.
That's crazy.
Robert Pattinson said when he made the first Batman, he was as old as Batman, and now he is fearing he's too old for when the sequel eventually comes out. Because this was a guy who wanted to retire from acting, remember?
He said something. He was like, I fucking hope so, or something.
Yeah, because this guy wanted to retire from acting, and he said, I'm only going to do the Batman stuff. Other than that, I want to just move away. And it seems like he's moved away just because like the movies refusing to happen. Like, I think he's kind of pissed off that he's being strung along for this long.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. A bunch of stuff for Clayface came out today. Maddie Foley from What We Do in the Shadows, which I haven't seen, has been cast as some role in it. I'm assuming she's going to be like the stereotypical girlfriend, wife, fiance for like, because it's a body horror movie.
Right.
She's probably just going to be whoever that is. Clayface, the actor, like in how he's an actor before a bad guy, whoever his agent is going to be is Guy Henry, who is in stuff like some of the Harry Potter movies, and he hasn't really had like a major role other than this hospital drama show that I'm blanking on, but like I've never heard of it, but I guess it's kind of popular. And then they hired the makeup artist from A Different Man. So if you guys know A Different Man that just came out with Sebastian Stan, they had to recreate the prosthetic for, I have his name written down here, Adam Pearson. They had to recreate the prosthetic to like put on Sebastian Stan. So like if they're doing that guy for like the Clayface movie, I'm pretty cool with it. They confirmed that Daniel Radcliffe was not someone they were looking for Clayface. Kieran Culkin is someone they are interested in. Here's my thing. Alan Tudyk voiced him in Creatures Commando, so this is going to be the first iteration where James has to make a hard decision.
Right.
How are we going to play because this is
Commandos?
In the same universe, so if Alan Tudyk plays him in live action, then this is your one opportunity to do that, and then you can't make Alan Tudyk play any of his other voice actor characters that he's done.
I don't think Clayface is in Creature Commandos.
Yes, it is. I looked it up today. He plays it in Harley Quinn, and he plays it in Creatures Commandos. He did an interview about how he was happy to talk about both of them.
Okay,
he did.
When you look it up, he's only
played
as Dr. Phosphorus.
No, he plays like 5 people in that show. Anyway, so because he was talking about how he's like they're 2 different characters, and he was happy to do it. So that's what I'm saying. Like they have to. That's why they haven't announced 2 Clayfaces, because they don't know. They haven't cast anybody.
Right.
James doesn't know what he's gonna do. I talked about the Batman news, and the last thing for DC, it doesn't really fit into DC, it's more DC and other stuff. Mikey's gonna get a kick out of this. T. Swifty has met with multiple movie studios about possibly starring in movies. Studios are not limited to DC Studios. In my eyes, this shouldn't be a surprise, because she was in Amsterdam,
not, but
and then
God,
we all thought she was going to be the Dazzler in Deadpool and Wolverine, and then it like came out that she was like, they talked about it, but like it never went to the point of like her doing a screen test or anything.
Right.
So like it was only a matter of time. Mikey, she's not going to have a major role. We're going to see her in 1 movie, if even that.
She'll make an appearance as Taylor Swift. Like,
I think she'll make an appearance as a legitimate character, but we'll never see that character.
I don't even know if they can do that.
We're talking about Marvel almost made her like a superhero basically for a movie.
Taylor Swift. I have a problem with her fan base.
I think James is realizing that if he puts her in a movie, it's going to make $1 billion and climb Warner Brothers out of debt.
I do not have a problem with Taylor Swift. I have a problem with her fan base.
I don't know if she's a good actress. She was in Cats. She was in Amsterdam. So like that's the thing though. If this movie sucks that she's in, and all the Swifties go see it, they're gonna defend it, and it's gonna get review bombed on like the high end. And so like it's just gonna throw everything out of proportion.
With her fan
base.
Like if she like for example, like Superman the new one could be the worst movie we've ever seen in our lives, but if she was Lois Lane, it's gonna get a lot of mixed reviews.
I mean, she literally has a cult as a fan base. Like, these people need to get their mental state checked out. Okay, for long enough, people
don't need to go into that.
Quiet about
it's happening. I have a feeling, if anything, it's going to be other studios that may pick her up for something small, as opposed to.
I have 2 additional Star Wars things. If you
go ahead.
The Longlegs director Osgood Perkins says that he wants to make a Darth Vader movie about the collected dreams and nightmares of Darth Vader told as short stories.
I was just going to say, if he did it in like a short story, a couple things I would.
I think that would be really cool.
I think he does creepy really well. He just, I haven't seen The Monkey, but it's getting good reviews. And then I guess for an end credit scene to that movie, he played a trailer of like the next movie, and it's like another creepy one. So like,
right.
I would kind of. He's got a good track record.
I would like it because I feel like going into maybe like a little bit of horror stuff, not like horror, but like thriller. of Vader.
It's the dark
Is a
version of the
cool
stuff we
idea.
saw in the Clone Wars when like Anakin was hallucinating and stuff with Darth Bane.
I think at this point we've gotten enough content on Anakin. We've gotten enough content of Anakin / Vader. Give me full Vader stuff.
Yeah, we haven't gotten
Although
anything like
I
that.
would love a like genuine reaction, because I don't know if you guys have seen the comic like pictures
Yeah.
and stuff where he interacts with the Naboo palace guards.
Yep.
Or like whatever the queen's handmaidens are, and he like interacts with them, and they like talk about Padme, and he like slaughters them all. Like that would be so cool.
I have seen what you're talking about. It's so cool.
The other one, this I love, because this one thing in Legends, this is one thing in Legends that I love about Grand Moff Tarkin. The
Is he getting a
Gorman
project,
Massacre.
finally?
No, sadly no, but I really want him to. The Gorman Massacre will be shown in Andor Season 2.
Yes.
I'm very excited about that. I know. The event involves, for those who don't know this event is like massive in Legends. If you don't know this event and you're a Star Wars fan, you need to get on it. The event involves stormtroopers slaughtering thousands of peaceful protesters in order to display power that would cease any form of resistance. In Legends, which this is why I love Tarkin, Tarkin also lands his ship on top of the protesters, killing them. Like a Star Destroyer. He takes a Star Destroyer and he just goes... Like... I really hope that there is a 5-minute scene with Grand Moff Tarkin in,
It's just
in
going to
Andor
be
Season
him
2.
mowing people down. It's going to be no Russian from Modern Warfare 2, but in Star Wars. That's my
love
expectation.
This is one thing about Star Wars that people find that I'm insane about, because they are technically the bad guys, but I love, like, Krennic, Moff Gideon, Grand Moff Tarkin, and, like,
Thrawn.
Grand Admiral Thrawn. They are they're like
awesome.
my favorite characters, just because they're smart, methodical, and evil as fuck. And like, if you do all of those things and you're so cool with it, like, oh, so that's why I'm very excited that Krennic's in this.
And Andor is like, it's a pretty grounded, dark show in its own. So like,
Yeah,
they have the formula to make this really good.
they have the power. And then they 17 minutes ago they released 4 new photos of Andor. There's a photo of just Cassian, like, with glasses on and stuff.
Brayden is actively opening Instagram.
There is a photo of K2 throwing like a stormtrooper. There is a photo of B, and then there is a photo of, I believe I know it's Krennic, but I think the other guy in like the tunic is, what's his name? It's Mon Mothma's old friend, the person that they bring. It's like that. Krennic, though, have you seen the photos yet?
No, it's not on Star Wars. Can you?
Oh yeah,
if you
no,
go on
I
discussing
was actively
films.
looking for the photos as well, and I
I'll
saw
look
something
at it
else
later.
under the Brayden, so I gave him false hopes that that's what they were.
Director Krennic has like a sweet cape on and has
I
like
did not
shoulder
think
things
they had
on
the
it.
balls to pull off bringing back Ben Mendelsohn as
I'm so
Krennic.
glad they
I didn't
did,
think they would
bro.
do that, even though I'm so excited for
Oh,
it.
you guys
Mikey,
are
stop
gonna
sending
read them.
me
That's
those.
good.
Anyways, so
I'm not
yeah,
reading it on
as
air.
a Star Wars guy, very excited for that. Also, Daredevil Born Again debuts with a 78 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I was going to say, IGN gave the first 2 episodes a collective 8 out of 10. Murdoch. Charlie Cox said everything dark and brutal that they possibly could have put into the show is in the show.
Yep.
It's already been renewed for season 2. Matthew Lillard is an unknown role in said
I'm interested
show.
where that's going.
He's in the Scream stuff, so like he knows how to do horror. So I'm there for it.
A part of me thinks he's just gonna be like, he's gonna be in there for like 2-3 episodes as like a, I don't know, like a client or something.
I don't think. My prediction.
That's what I was thinking. There's gonna be like a Scooby Doo, like he's gonna have a dog and it's gonna be named
I think they're
Scooby-Doo.
going to give him an actual role. My thing is, I don't think Foggy's making it to the end of the season. I think we're going to riot. I don't think Foggy...
You don't think he'll make it?
I don't think Foggy... Because they've interviewed him, and they're like, oh, it's already been renewed for season 2. What are your thoughts? And he's like, I'm just so happy they did season 1. Like, man, what a great... Like, he's refusing to talk about it. I have a feeling he's not making it to the end of the show. That's kind of everything for like the big 3. Other news: the Shrek 5 teaser. What do we think? Hey, where'd he go? Was he that mad? You were that mad that your screen blacked out? You're back. Remember, guys, we bullied the Sonic movie into redoing theirs. There
Dude, I'll be honest with you.
We bullied the Sonic movie into reanimating them.
I didn't even watch the trailer. I just was like, I don't really care that much.
Oh, you're back.
I
don't know if you heard me. I said that we bullied Sonic into redoing their design. We can do it with Shrek.
I'm not.
What was wrong? What was wrong with the old design? This one looks AI generated.
I don't. Okay, I love the original, but I don't hate the new.
It just looks unnatural.
See,
there's
thing
something
with
about like it's shiny for some reason.
It is shinier. My thing with it is like, I don't think Shrek looks bad. I don't think like
it's old.
The ogres look bad. I think that Donkey looks bad.
He does look bad. He looks homeless. The
yeah.
The characters.
I don't think
like,
Donkey looks good. I think Shrek looks fine. He definitely like. I think my thing with it is, and this is where you can't really compare it to Sonic. Sonic, when you looked at it, Sonic looked like genuinely raw.
But I think the other thing is like it's too animated and like their movements. Like Shrek was always like this, like they're very fluid, like modern animation with like a Hotel Transylvania or something. And so I think that's part of it, of why people are so upset. Like the characters at like Universal Studios or whatever who like dress up like that get paid for like the part to pretend to be like those. They're ripping on it, and so that's kind of funny.
I just my biggest thing with it is that you had Shrek in 2001, like 2002, 2008 and stuff. You didn't really change
even
it.
In the fourth one, they didn't change the animation.
Yeah, they didn't really change it, which I think is fine. But also, it's been like 10 years since we got a Shrek film.
I just don't see what was wrong
We're used to
with
how
it.
he looks, so I'm not against a new kind of look. I'm not against a new animation.
I'm probably not going to see it anyways. It could look the same, and I probably wasn't going to see it.
If we get a trailer that looks promising, I might go and see it. I would rather than, because I think that they should go and do the similar animation style of Puss in Boots. This doesn't look the same, and Puss in Boots is better be.
But I think Puss in Boots
5.
worked just because of the there was a lot of fight scenes. I think that's why it worked well to look like an anime almost.
I think it did do. I think it did as well, but I feel like Puss in Boots already looks different from Last Wish, and then you're gonna have to make them look different for Shrek 5 now.
Also, not to burst your bubble, I do not believe Antonio Banderas is returning. So I do not believe Shrek 5 will include the Puss in Boots.
I'm not against,
but he's kind of like a staple character, like so.
He is, but
and then people are mad because Zendaya's in everything. She's got like 7 projects in the next year coming.
She's got like
which is insane,
and they're not like
they're not small. It's like Christopher Nolan's Odyssey, Shrek,
Euphoria season 3,
Euphoria, Spider-Man, big name, and so it was like, whoa.
Yeah, no. If it was like. If it was something smaller,
stuff.
like if it was like random, like it's just Zendaya and the rest of the people are nobodies, that would make sense. No, like this
if she
is
was
all
in the Minecraft movie,
things. Like it is the Odyssey. It's Christopher Nolan. You have Spider-Man. It's like it's Marvel. Continuing what's been awesome. Yeah. It's Marvel. You have Euphoria. You haven't had a season in like 3 years. What else? It's season like she's in Shrek now. Isn't she in like the Ice Age or something? I don't know.
I don't remember.
A lot. Anyways, continue.
Minecraft trailer 3 dropped. We finally got to look at Jennifer Coolidge.
This movie
every time. Okay, it's hilarious because we watch the first trailer and we figure out what the story is immediately, how everything works, and we're like, this looks terrible.
Yeah.
Then we watch the second one and we're like, do we understand what the story is? And it looks worse. The third full-length trailer dropped. We know less of the story, and it looks even worse. And we finally get to see Jennifer Coolidge, and she's just a normal person who doesn't look like she's going to do anything but a cameo.
I saw something where it was like it's a subplot where she falls in love with a.
Yeah, that's what I saw. It's going to be like We Live in Time, where she hits him and with the car, and then like they fall in love.
Movie come out?
April. No, April.
Oh,
it comes out in like a month.
Oh, see, if it came out
April
later,
11th, I believe.
We need to go see it together and then have a review.
I'm probably gonna see it with friends just because I got a movie pass and I don't have to pay to see it because
Well,
I would
I
not
was
pay
gonna
to
say,
see this movie.
If there's like a Tuesday that we're
Yeah.
all off or something, bargain Tuesday at RC
Yeah.
theaters. Just
I would
go
be
and
surprised.
spend
I would be surprised if this movie
$5.
was in theaters for 3 weeks long enough. God, it looks terrible.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
Andy Serkis announced Hunt for Gollum gets delayed from December of 26 to December of 27. As a Lord of the Rings fan, I'm not upset. I know he's got that Animal Farm movie that he's writing, so like that obviously takes up time. I'm sure he got screwed by the Batman. And so he's trying to figure out stuff with that.
Right.
But it just sounds like they never started writing the project in the first place just because they didn't start writing it. So I'm not actually worried about it. I think it'll still be decent. Nicolas Cage movie, new trailer, The Surfer.
Yeah.
It just looks like a Nicolas Cage playing himself. Like, it's just a thriller movie and he goes crazy. Like, he gets some sort of cabin fever or something and, like, doesn't like these dudes. I'll see it. It's Nick Cage.
I was going to
gotta be
say, it's
decent.
Nick Cage. If I don't see it in theaters, I'll definitely try and watch it, like, on streaming or something
He
like
was
that.
really good in Dream Scenario, and that was his last role, I think. So, yeah. I'll see it.
Give me National Treasure 3.
I need that yesterday.
I want it so bad. They'll never do it. After that series, they'll never do it.
They should have just made the movie. Brought back the girl, brought back John Voight, brought back the side guy for the
I might watch
comedy.
that tonight.
So good.
Good.
Nope, I'm watching Daredevil. New Havoc movie. It's a Netflix original. It's kind of like a dirty cop, not dirty cop, but like cop who breaks the rules movie.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy, Timothy Olyphant, Forrest Whitaker. I haven't seen Forrest Whitaker in anything since Star Wars, since Rogue One. So I'm excited to see him
Definitely
again.
on the low.
Yeah, he's had some stuff, but like not maybe good movies or anything. So
Right.
like it kind of looks maybe not good, but like good action. Like it looked bloody.
Decent.
I'm excited for that. FX did another one of those rapid fire We Are FX where they just like show a bunch of their shows instead of like putting out trailers. So we saw maybe 10 seconds worth of Alien Earth. We got to look at Timothy Olyphant in that show. He kind of looks like Clancy Brown if Clancy Brown shaved his beard. Like that, he just got white hair. He looks interesting. I'm excited for the show. We got some looks of The Bear season 4. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't finished the last season. Joe, you've seen all 3 seasons, right?
I have not. I watched seasons 1 and 2. I haven't watched 3 yet. I know. I'm sorry.
So we got some shots that kind of confirm the cliffhanger, I think, of what season 3 left off on. Because basically, for those who haven't seen it, like Joey, season 3 ends on like this massive cliffhanger that all is dependent on like this one thing. And then the last like 10 seconds of the episode, we figure out what that thing is. And it's like, it's going to throw them into like the chaos pit. And then it cuts to black. And then it just kind of leaves us hanging. So we kind of get a look maybe at what's going on.
Right.
I cannot be more excited for the show. I think it's supposed to come out over the summer.
I thought they were. Yeah, I think you're right.
They're done. I was gonna say the show's done. So
No, I think you're
I
right.
think it's gonna be another summer release. I think the last one was June or July.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
The Odyssey gets more news. Christopher Nolan hates CGI. The new thing is they're going into Nestor's Cave in Greece. Nestor's Cave, for you don't know, it's a big part in Greek mythology. A lot of stories deal with this cave, like Hermes putting Apollo's cattle in there. Other stories. They are going to build the cave that they find. I can't think of the Cyclops' name. It might be Paula.
I don't even remember.
I should know this. I'm a Percy Jackson kid. Anyway,
But I think it's different from that.
it's the same. The Sea of Monsters is
Right.
That is the sea that Odysseus sails through. He meets the same Cyclops.
Right. Okay.
So that is the Cyclops is going to be built in the cave. It's a 6x6 meter anamorphic puppet that they're going to build in the cave, like the actual Nestor's cave, and shoot in the cave. So they
That's
are
crazy.
aggressively on set, and I was like, "This is awesome!" Like Christopher Nolan is like, this may be his most ambitious practical thing, because like remember he built the hallway to rotate in Inception, and like drove a plane into a building for Tenet and blew up hundreds of thousands of pounds of TNT for Oppenheimer. This is interesting.
Do you think that this is going to be like his last film?
No.
I think that this will be his last one for a few years.
I would not be surprised if after this we don't see him again for 5 years, but he's gonna get the itch and he's gonna want to come back, at least producing, because like he and what's his wife's name, Emma Thompson? No, Emma
Tompkins or
Thomas.
Thompson?
is. One of them's an actress, and one of them is his wife. Anyway, they both produced Man of Steel. So, like, he was just like, they brought him in for that. So I think he's going to get the itch and we'll see him, but maybe not as a director for a while. He might want to take a break, because I have a feeling if this one's good, he's going to get like another award sweep, and he might want to take a step back. Because he also told Matt Damon, "You're not retiring after Oppenheimer. Get back in my movie," like Matt Damon wanted to.
Do you think Tarantino is going to actually stop making after his 10th?
He's going to make his 10th, and then 5 years down the line, he's going to be like, I got a great idea for a movie, and boy, do I regret saying what I said.
Tarantino will make his 10 movies, retire from directing. He may still write movies and sell them.
You think he's legitimately going to write a movie and not want to direct it?
He's done that with
He's going to
want
to be on that set.
He sold scripts, but...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. After he makes his movie, a couple years into retirement, sipping on Mai Tais, and he gets a great idea. You're telling me he's going to write that script and not get the itch to go back to the
once
studio?
Once he retires, he's going to start writing novels, which is why he wrote the novelization of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I don't know.
He's been saying
think
it
that
for
he's going to want
years that he's going to make 10 and out, and I think
that's what I'm saying. He's been saying it for years.
Do. He's going to write.
I don't think he's going to
10 movies, and that's going to.
Because I think he got cold feet on that last one, because that he was supposed to direct, and he was like, "This can't be my last." Because then he knew he'd have to make another.
I think this is a very similar situation to Post Malone. This is a weird
comparison, but let's go.
But he tweeted out. He said, "When I turn 30 years old, I'm going to be a folk country artist."
Mm-hmm.
And he turned 30, and then he released his country album, which many argue is his best album he's ever made.
I would.
And so, I mean...
But he may get the itch to... What if someone says, "Hey, Posty, come feature on this hip-hop track"?
Oh, I definitely don't think... I think he'll feature on things, but I don't know if he will
get the itch to go back and make like an EP or something.
He might, but I don't I think that's the same thing with Tarantino. I think he'll get the itch and he'll like go producer or like executive produce a movie or something.
That's what I'm saying. He will
co-write something, but I don't think
he won't direct. He's going to get himself back in the studio.
He'll be done directing.
No, I'm saying he'll get back to the studio though. There's no way he's going to keep him.
100% he'll get back in the studio. But I think
he's
after
too much
his directed 10th, I think he'll stop directing.
He loves the game too much to get himself out of it. And then the last thing that I have is we seemingly have some like official news as of late for what people are just saying is Ted Lasso season 4. Joey and I have seen the whole show.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's
awesome. What I understand right now,
no,
Mikey, I know you're not going to watch it. Spoilers for the ending if you haven't gotten there. Rebecca basically like gets the rights or something to like create a Richmond women's team, which had kind of been like a theme with her and Keely of like a women's soccer team for the last like season.
It's a weird thing that they like. Not saying that the women's team is weird. I'm saying that the way they were going about making a women's team, the way they did that arc was weird.
It was a weird. It wasn't the best
there, but it was
told weird. Because Keely had her whole side business subplot that was like really weird as well.
Yeah. And then who took over as manager again? Roy.
So we don't know.
I thought it was Roy.
I don't remember because Nate's still there, Roy's there, and Beard went back for Jane.
I'm pretty sure Roy took over as manager,
and then he might be
Beard
manager.
And what's
if
his
I
name?
remember, Nate. Yeah, if I remember correctly, there might be like a shot of Roy getting a whistle or something.
I'm pretty sure he's manager.
The show.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please you.
I was going to say, the show has allegedly picked up Hannah Waddington, who played Rebecca, Brett Goldstein, Roy, and Jeremy Swift, Leslie Higgins. Apparently, they like still had something left on their contracts, or they had been like given new contracts. And like, I guess this is happening. I guess we're getting a season 4.
I definitely think it's going to happen.
It's about the women's team. It's not going to be about the men's team at all. Jason Sudeikis, the actor for Coach Beer and the actor for
Nate.
Jamie Tart have not been given new contracts yet. These studios are hesitant to put out news about whether they're talking to them to come back, even for if it's like a couple brief cameos or something.
I don't think Sudeikis will be back for more than one episode. I think they will have an episode where he like
he will
FaceTimes.
Michael Scott the finale of the season where he just shows up. I'd be surprised if Beard will make a couple appearances because he lives there with Jane now. He lives in England.
Yeah, and he's still a part of the team.
I would be surprised if and then they haven't reached out to Keely yet, her actor, which is very surprising because she's like part of the whole reason there is a women's team at the end of the show in the first place. So the fact that she hasn't gotten a new contract, but like the guy who played Leslie was like really confusing.
I'm interested to see. I'm wondering if they're going to take it in the route of they're following the front office, or if they follow the team.
I think they might follow the front office more because
I would rather
if they
follow
do
the
a
front
full
office.
because otherwise it feels like a full reboot because all of those characters, even the like side characters like Van Damme and Colin, where it's like they were funny, and Danny, like they're all funny side characters. Like you're replacing all of them. You have to create new personalities, and that's a lot of work to do. So I think it might be more front office based because then they don't have to go into the other stuff as much. But like. I
remember seeing something that Jason Sudeikis basically
go.
said that he doesn't want to play Ted again because he thinks that the way they ended it was perfect. Which I kind of agree. I think the way that they ended Ted's story was perfect. I think that is a great way to end his story. Seeing him come back every now and then for maybe like a FaceTime call with Beard or FaceTime with Hannah or whatever.
Well, because remember there was originally they were going to do a spin-off and it was going to be Roy, Beard, and Nate coaching one last season. They had a name for it. Like it was called something. And then like I guess they were like, this is a bad idea. I think they should make a new name for this and call it a Ted Lasso spin-off season and not drag this out because it doesn't sound like this can be a 3-season
I don't think
project.
they should call it that. Don't do what Star Wars did. Star Wars has shot
Do not
themselves
call
in the
this
foot.
Ted Lasso season 4.
Don't call it Solo a Star Wars story. Don't call it whatever a Ted Lasso spin. Don't do that. Don't
Put that in the title, but I think it should be marketed as a spin-off season. Do not call this Ted Lasso season 4.
Yeah, no, it's a spin-off. It can't be Ted Lasso season 4. If you name it Ted Lasso season 4, Jason Sudeikis
It's not going to make
has to be
sense.
in
Ted
every
Lasso's
episode.
not in it.
Yeah, no, it can't be Ted Lasso season 4.
That being said, basically everything from the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Unless you guys have anything else. Like, I genuinely couldn't find anything else other than, like, there have been some movie trailers that have dropped, but it's, like, crop or, like, just looks bad.
Stuff that we'll probably get more information on in a later
or
date.
stuff that's, like, 7 months in advance, and it's, like, a 30-second trailer that doesn't tell me anything. Like the FX thing, where, like, I'm literally clicking pause and play rapidly to look at individual frames because I'm getting 10 seconds of the bear and 10 seconds of Alien Earth to look at, so I don't actually know anything. Like, we still don't have dates for them yet, I'm pretty sure.
I'm excited because this is around the time now where Oscars are
We're
over,
getting into
so no one's worrying about 2024. Everything's going to be ramping up to summer blockbusters. And then if it's not summer blockbusters, it's Comic-Cons, it's film festivals, it's announcements from PR stuff.
This is spring cleaning for the studios. Because everybody knows January, February is where movies go to die. It's where things that they don't think are going to make a lot of money, but like, hey, maybe this guy can get us a well-reviewed movie, so we're going to throw it out here.
Right.
And then like maybe we'll hire him again.
There's like one or two shining stars.
Well, like Dune came out in March, and like Marvel put stuff out at the beginning of the year because they know people are going to see it. Dune came out in March because I saw it over spring break.
I thought it was February.
I think it originally came out in February, but I saw it in March.
Right.
So, like, that's the thing. They know, big studios know they can put stuff out whenever. But, like, most of the time, if it's a smaller project, that's when movies go to die.
Yeah.
So we're in spring cleaning
like
mode.
Love
Get
Hurts.
trailers out there, ramp up the summer blockbusters, and don't post Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, my God. If there are two things that I keep getting annoyed with, and I honestly probably think of at least once a day, is that we still have nothing on Lilo and Stitch. There is no trailer. There is no teaser. I'm sorry. If you tell me that the teasers they have given us are teasers, they are not. It is nothing about the film. It is literally just them going, hey, look, here's Stitch. How cute is he? Doesn't he look great, guys? We did so good. Brother, give me him in a scene.
Leaked photos of like behind the scenes of people in costumes.
Yeah,
I've seen nothing.
I'm still mad. We are literally in the beginning of March. This movie's supposed to come out in May. It's 2 months.
It is not coming out in May.
It's 2 months.
We were getting worried that Andor wasn't getting enough
telling you, it's Disney, bro.
They have ramped the crap out of posting stuff and doing interviews and stuff for ever since
Disney's
the Daredevil
not
stuff
on
has
it.
come to an end.
Disney,
Lilo and Stitch. I think they're trying to figure out, because Snow White's coming out soon, and I think they're worried about that, and that might be what's keeping them from putting stuff out.
That I just saw like a TV spot for it. It comes out later this month.
Yeah, I think they're
What?
so worried about that they've they are waiting to just delete everything and burn the house to the ground. So they're like, everybody hold your breath on this movie before we put anything else out. And I think they're also worried that they're going to have to compete with How to Train Your Dragon, because How to Train Your Dragon being maybe one of the best received so far. At this point, where it's just a trailer, this is one of the best received live action remakes Disney has never gotten for anything.
I'm going that, and then the other movie that I thought of, and I already know the answer. I just want something from Warner Brothers or whoever's making this movie. Just please, just release a statement. The Michael Jackson biopic. I know it's going to get delayed. I know that it has to,
Just
because
say it.
they scrapped they scrapped the entire third act because they screwed up legally, because they didn't look at their documents the right way. Just tell me it's delayed, please. Can you either give me a
it's
teaser?
like we said
'cause it's
earlier with
supposed to
James
come out in
Gunn.
April.
Just tell us it's
They haven't changed the date yet. Just do it, dude. Just do it. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode or not. I don't remember. But Disney is really lacking, and it's showing. And it's for me, it's starting to show. For generic people, they probably aren't noticing it. They have not won Best Animated Feature in the Oscars for the past 3 years. That's their longest stretch they've gone on. They have not, so they're slacking on that end. That's one.
What was the last win? Coco, or was it newer than that? No, it was newer than that. It would have been. I can't. I'm troubling on a timeline.
Google it while I rant.
I was gonna say I'm genuinely surprised Inside Out didn't take it. I thought after all the money it made that they would have just given it to it.
But Disney, they're slacking on that front. There's no trailer. There's no advertisement at all for the Snow White film. I doubt it's gonna make I don't think it's gonna make $500 million.
I would disagree on the Snow White one. It's getting more TV space post Super Bowl, and they're showing it in theaters. I've gone to the theater 20
it's less than
times
a
since
month.
the Super
I'm
Bowl.
sorry, but the amount of times that I would see TV spots,
they are
5 months before a movie, it's happened. And so Disney's slacking on that. Their movies that come out on Thanksgiving,
it's going to get crapped on.
Their movies that have come out on Thanksgiving have gotten not
Toy Story
great
4,
things.
so 5 years ago.
Oh wow, Toy Story
4 won Best Picture.
Not Best Picture, Best Animated Feature.
Or Best Animated Picture.
What was the other ones in that category?
That
was what, 2020?
It came out in 2020, so we're talking about COVID year stuff. 2020 Best Animated Feature. It was up against... And then the last time they had a 3-year gap before that, which was Zootopia. Oh, no, wait, they won for Encanto.
I was going to say they won for Encanto.
But still, they're picking and choosing. Okay, I'm scrolling. Oh, this was the Joker year. So what came out this year? It went up against How to Train Your Dragon 3, and then Klaus, The Missing Link, and something I've never heard of. So yeah, that was a pretty easy year for them.
Won. What? Klaus is awesome.
That seems like a gimme year where they didn't really have anything. I remember that being a weird Oscars year.
I just Disney's slacking in my eyes. In
my opinion, the only live action movies that they have made, because I don't like Aladdin. I don't like the live action one.
Okay.
I don't like Will Smith as the genie. So, and I think that's kind of an unpopular opinion. This is me saying this off the top of my head without all of them in mind. The only live action Disney movie that they made in this trend that I enjoyed was the first Alice in Wonderland. That is an awesome movie.
Yeah,
with Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter, the Tim Burton one.
That one's a good one. The
Beauty and the Beast was
Cinderella's not very good. Beauty and the Beast wasn't bad.
Beauty and the
Beast,
Beast
just got weird
Beauty
in the
and
third
the
act
Beast,
when
I
they
would
changed
contend,
stuff.
100%, I could. That's probably my favorite live action.
That's probably the second best. It just got weird in the third act when they tried to be original. Cinderella's not good with Lily James. Mulan is terrible. I don't like Aladdin.
No.
Alice 2 is bad.
Yeah. Aladdin is probably the only one I would.
They did a live action Jungle Book. That's
The Jungle Book is so
forgettable.
weird. That one is so weird. With Scarlett Johansson as the snake. That one makes no sense. And like the orangutan is like Godzilla like
He's the
size or
Lion
something.
King
Yeah,
and then
the
Mufasa.
Lion King
Lion
is just.
King.
The Lion
Why
Kings
would I?
were not
Why would I
good.
watch a live action Lion King when I can just watch the better animated?
Watch
Those
the better
just don't
animated.
make sense. Pete's Dragon, if you count it. I actually watched that one because my mom likes the original. That one's weird.
I like it.
Emma Stone's Cruella, if you count that.
I would count that.
Christopher
Well-
Robin, which I actually want to watch with you and McGregor. That
It's-
got good reviews,
But
but I don't know if that counts. The
It's
Little
good.
Mermaid.
It's one of those. It's like that and Cruella and Maleficent are like all in the
Maleficent,
same
yeah.
thing. Where it's like
The first Maleficent was actually good. I forgot about
it's
that.
like, hey, here's this character that we took from these animated, and it's not a direct
I
copy,
think-
but it's like we're gonna
Yeah.
add more to the character.
That's fine.
Christopher Robin wasn't terrible. I definitely
cute.
still don't love how they made the characters look, but I understand it for for a live action perspective. They're made to
guys, I
look
think
like
we're
old
forgetting about-
stuffed animals.
I think we're forgetting about
yeah,
the
it's cute.
Descendants. No.
Oh, that's right.
I've seen
Do you
3
see
of
they're
them
getting
because
a
I have
fifth
younger
one?
siblings.
They're getting a fifth
Yes.
movie. Bro, stop. Descendants needs to die.
would say
It
that.
needed to die
I would
after
say
the
that one
third,
first.
but they still win.
The third
I didn't
one
see
was
it as first.
horrid.
Third one is bad. One is awesome. The first one is
One's
awesome.
not bad.
First one's awesome.
It's on par
It's
with
just
like
cool.
the other Disney Channel level movies. Like
Yeah.
it's on that level of like it's decent, and then the
That
second
was
one's like
that was the
not
beginning of
bad.
the end for
Yeah.
Disney Channel movies. That was the beginning of the end.
The second one's not terrible.
No. The second one's not terrible, but from that and the second one, those
What
were the
is the
like
second
last
one
two
has
the
the
ones after
talking
that they
dog.
fell
Plot
off.
of
Okay,
the second
so
one.
no, the
What
second
is
one
the
is
plot
terrible.
of the second-
No,
talking
that's
dog's
the
not
third.
one.
That's
No,
the
it's the
third
second one.
Wait, is
Oh,
it
yes.
the second one?
No. The talking
No,
dogs
yeah,
in the
you're
third
right.
No,
one
that's
because
the
that's
second
when the
one with,
pirates
what's
come
her
in.
name?
No. The third one is where what's her name?
No, the
That's the
second
pirate
one is-
one.
The
The
second
third
one's
one.
pirate
No, the
one
second
with
one's the pirate one.
China McClain.
Oh, the second one sucks then. Then I didn't. Oh, I did see the third one then. That's the one where they dance with
Yeah.
the knights in the armory.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one is also horrible.
I think the first one is very. I think it's good. The
I
second
think the
one
first one is like
okay.
it's a Disney Channel movie, and then like the rest of them are just garbage.
Yeah, the fourth one was straight to Disney Plus.
I'm not watching that.
The fifth one, oh my gosh, guys, stop! Just stop. They're bringing in a son from Encanto.
horrible. That's horrible.
How are you doing that already? Luis Madrigal, the strong one.
Yeah.
It's her son that's in this movie.
So
Because I saw the
weird.
cast the other day and I was like, you know what? Let's take a look at this. I'm like going through it. I'm like, Encanto came out in 22? It's been 3 years.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
we're
weird.
almost at an hour.
But I would say
on
that my
this
favorite
episode. We're
live
coming
action
up on it.
Disney movie has been Winnie the Pooh, but Blood and Honey.
Trying to think, because otherwise we got Dumbo, which everybody forgot about. We have The
Oh,
Little
Dumbo's
Mermaid. We
terrible.
have The Lady and the Tramp, which everyone forgot about. We have the Peter Pan and Wendy show, which is apparently the wokest, worst piece of crap in
I
all
one.
of
We
Hollywood.
forgot that happened.
Which, like, I am so pissed that this show sucked because I was going to watch it when it all came out. Like, because Jude Law as Captain Hook was, like, one of the best castings I thought ever. And then, like, I saw the reviews and I was like, never mind.
Okay, if there is anything,
Oh,
I'm,
and
I'm,
Tom Hanks is Pinocchio, which everyone forgot about.
I'm gonna go through this quickly, and just think of some other thing. If there are a few others that I would really like to see in live action, Princess and the Frog is one of them.
Hero.
You could do.
Oh my god, dude!
You could do
Princess and
that
the Frog is so good. Bring back Keith David for the the Voodoo Man. Dude.
Here's my thing. You gotta tread lightly with how you make the frogs and how you make Ray the
If Ray does not
lightning
have
bug.
the accent, if he does not have the same accent as he does,
It's
I want
gonna
him
be
to
hard.
have. I
It's
want him
gonna
to
be
have
hard.
the most horrendously stereotypical Southern
but
accent
hear
that
me
he
out.
has in that
Jennifer Hudson as Tiana. That would be
movie. I
cool.
am googling Jennifer Hudson because I know the name, but not
She's
the face.
old. She's old. So she I don't know if she
She
looks
has her
like
own
Jennifer like if she
talk
looks like
show
Tiana.
now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
but,
no, she's not gonna do it. I
but
know who
she
you're
would
talking
be
about.
cool.
No,
Anyways,
but I do know what you mean. You need like someone who is a little older because of like the motives of this movie.
Tarzan?
Jungle Man swinging from a
come on.
They did do a
Tar-
live action Tarzan.
Okay,
the one with
not
Margot
that
Robbie.
crap. No. Do it Disney wise.
You want like Phil Collins to come back and do Trash in the Camp in live action?
Collins. Oh my
Dude,
god.
Trash in the Camp in live action could be kind of cool.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, Hercules.
But no, like, dude, Princess and the Frog might be the best Disney animated movie of all time.
Hercules, Tarzan.
It's up there. They're doing Hercules.
Well,
remember Chris Pratt is Hercules.
They've been doing Hercules. They've done that for like the past 5 years.
It's gonna happen.
The Russo brothers were supposed to be behind it.
Yeah, and then I think
they've since dropped.
I think Disney was like,
delayed.
"We need you to save Marvel," and so they dropped the project.
Yeah, I still kind of like the Ariana Grande being Meg.
I don't hate that one. She's gotten enough acting experience with both of the Wicked movies that she could do it.
Enough.
I think my thing is, then you have to, if you're going to make someone like her, then you have to get someone more jacked than Chris Hemsworth to play. Like, you have to get like Alan Richmond to play Hercules to counter that.
Ariana Grande started her career as an actress.
Yeah. Yes, but like her in the show versus her in Wicked are like two completely different people. Because like she talks normally.
For Hercules,
she talks normally in Wicked.
I only care about who the 5 goddesses
I want to know who
are.
Hades is.
Well, Hades too.
Oh, the people on the vase. That's
Come on, that would like. So I've seen some fan castings and stuff. Some of them are cool.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson for all 5 of them.
Tangled, but we're already basically getting that. They just got to wrap up castings. I think it'll be good. Emperor's New Groove would be interesting.
I don't know.
Tangled is going to be both good and bad. My thing is Zachary Levi going to revive his career by playing the same role, because he has kind of kicked himself out of Hollywood.
They won't. They're too old to play those. But I think I like his idea of playing the king and queen.
I do like that. Yes, the voice actors playing the king and queen. I think
that's a great idea.
I've seen that.
Emperor's New
People
Groove.
People are saying Florence Pugh. I like for her.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame, I feel like, is maybe a little too risky.
They should not do Hunchback.
Those
movies where it's like Hunchback, Atlantis.
Give me Chicken Little.
What's the one? Treasure Planet. Like, those should not be touched. Like, those are too far out there.
Imagine Chicken Little live action.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They would have to animate it.
That'd be so dumb.
I feel like they'd have to animate it like they did the stuff for Christopher Robin, because otherwise it'd be so weird.
Legitimate chicken.
The only other one, which
like a legitimate chicken.
The only other one that I would want, and I want it just straight to Disney Plus, so I can just dog it for what it's gonna be, is Meet the Robinsons.
The original is not good. I'm gonna put that out there.
I just think it would.
If
be
Jim
really
Carrey
funny.
doesn't play the bad guy,
I think it would be really funny if you just did Meet the Robinsons and go straight to Disney Plus.
It just appears one day and nobody knew this was happening.
It's just there. Like, that would be so funny.
I will say I want Finding Nemo in live action after the recent success of both Lion Kings. It's just talking fish, but they're real fish.
Will never do that.
Yeah, but
that's
I want
hilarious.
They will never do live action
where there's people who are like fish.
Yes, yeah. I want people faces on the fish.
Almost like what's that one movie called? Was it Chris? What's the one with the fish? And they look. Was this Chris Rock is in it? Who the hell is in it? Oh,
what are you talking about?
Yes.
Shark
Tales?
Tales?
That looks kind of what. Oh, Will Smith.
Will Smith?
Yeah, with Will Smith and Martin
Scorsese.
Chris
Rock is in it. I'm pretty sure Chris Rock is in it. But Will Smith is the main guy.
I was going to say Martin Scorsese's favorite, Shark Tales.
I want it to look like that.
It's so dumb.
Shark Tales. But being Finding Nemo.
So, like, it's live action Finding Nemo, but for some reason they're all swimming with their tails down and their heads like this.
They have
they all look like
the
seahorses.
faces of people too.
Yeah. And there's a strange gambling subplot that they go into, like in Shark Tales.
I mean, so that was a long-winded rant on Disney stuff. I know that was one of our bullet points.
Disney's just not putting out news for stuff. Like, they have projects, they're just not putting out news because, like, I think they know everything's going to be crop as of late.
Yeah. So
they don't have faith in Lilo and Stitch if they didn't put out a Super Bowl trailer. They do not have faith.
See, I don't know. I don't know. At this point,
well,
I
because
just need a
the
trailer.
girl who played the older sister got a lot of hate when her casting was announced because she is like, she's like super young, I think, and looks nothing like her. So people were really pissed.
I just
and then
remember how this
neither
was
Ving
supposed
Rhames
to be
nor Samuel
straight
Jackson
to,
were cast as Mr. Bubbles. That also got a lot of hate.
I just love remembering that this was supposed to be a straight to Disney Plus.
This was, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. And then they did like 3 different Comic-Cons of the same thing where it's Stitch breaking through the screen. It was like, whoa, he did it again. Guys, isn't that crazy? He did it again.
My biggest thing, if they remove any of the Elvis stuff, I'm walking out.
If I don't see like,
they replace it,
see, I don't
I'm
like the original,
out.
but if it comes out like during a summertime, like I'll go see it with you, Joey. I don't like Elvis. I hate Elvis. I want to see live action, like
I want to
him-
see Stitch.
I want to
in
see in live action him putting his finger on the thing.
Yeah,
Like I want to see that. I want to see him dressed up. I want to see them doing the fire spinning at the restaurant. No, but like that's what I'm saying. I want to see those things.
Yeah.
Like, but we're not getting them. I think Zach Galifianakis is going to be like incredibly out of place in this movie. He plays the tall one eyeball alien.
he plays Peakley.
He's going to voice
What?
him. I think he's going to be incredibly out of place.
All right,
Or
no, it's good.
maybe who plays the original? Isn't that Alan Tudyk?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like one of
That's
his
why I
first
was like,
big
why
roles?
isn't Alan Tudyk just doing the voice again?
Live action?
Hey guys, I
Lilo and
think this
Stitch.
episode's actually
We got a
longer than
cast?
this week's.
Yeah, she looks
podcast
nothing like
episode.
Nani.
Probably is.
Oh no, sorry, Billy.
Two birds with one stone.
Guys,
Billy
I think we have
Magnuson
next week's
plays
episode,
Peakley.
too.
He
It's
is.
not going to be a midweek episode.
Yeah. No, sorry, Zach Galifianakis plays Four Eyes, whatever his name is. And then the
Dr.
chick that we just talked about, Hannah, what's her face from Ted Lasso, is the space head alien British
Oh
lady.
yeah, Hannah Waddington. That
So
one
the
I'm
alien's
fine
gonna
with.
the alien's gonna be British because I've never seen her not
I'm
do a
fine
British
with
accent.
that one I'm fine with. It's mainly the Four Eyes guy and
That's gonna be Zach Galifianakis. I don't think Zach Galifianakis should be
okay.
either of them.
yeah.
Because all I can think of is Alan from The Hangover. That guy should not be Four Eyes because they're 2 different personalities. Because Four Eyes, I can't think of his
he
name.
is
He's
an
always
actor.
he's ticked off throughout the entire movie, and like
True.
I don't know if Zach Galifianakis can like convincingly do a "I'm legitimately mad" voice without it sounding like the guy from The Hangover, where he's like, "Mother, I'm done with my lunch now."
The Hangover movies are great. I gotta rewatch them.
The first one is good. The second one is
Wrong.
weird, and the third one sucks.
No,
Yeah,
the first
pretty
one's
much.
great. The second one's good. The third one is fun.
The third one's bad. It's not a Hangover movie.
third
It's a
one's
spin-off
fun.
that they did the thing that Ted
The
Lasso's
third
going
one's
to do.
fun.
They were like Hangover 3, and it's like,
third
no,
one is
Adventures
fun.
of Ken Jeong and Friends. No, it's not.
Alrighty.
Anyway.
Any other final comments?
think it's
Like you
longer.
said that this is this is probably longer or as long as our first
keep
episode that we were
long.
supposed to do. So, not really a mini episode, but hey, more content,
Make
more
sure
content.
to like, subscribe, and smash that ring
Some of
button for notifications.
Heck yeah.
Yep. Be on the lookout for new ideas that Mikey has been shooting
I'm
down
not
behind the
shooting
screen, but I'm not
anything
going to listen to
down.
him.
I will just say though, I'm excited when we are all here, when we are all in the vicinity, and then we can
Well,
we
that's
can do
what-
like Jeopardy.
That's what I'm saying.
We could do Jeopardy on the call, but someone says it's not feasible.
I don't know
I
how
don't.
we're doing the
I don't
buzzer.
know. Well, I don't know how well that would go. That's my thing. We could always try
Well,
it, but
We'll do a screen test later this
I
week
think
on
it'll
it, okay? So Brayden we'll just fill in.
I think Mikey's
we'll just fill in the
over-exaggerating
questions with some
audio
fake
lag.
ones, and we'll do like that.
Yeah, look at how fast Joey reacted and laughed to what I just said. There's no way there's enough
Blaming it on
input lag.
I'm just saying though, it's
To
not
cause a
getting
problem.
easy.
You're blaming it
I'm
on
not
input
blaming it on
lag because you know
input
you're going
lag.
to get your butt kicked. Joe, you should probably cut the episode like way before this.